Hi there, I'm Martha Van Dam with Living Beyond, and we're in our next session of Therapy Trails, but we're starting inside today. Therapy Trails, where we talk about paths toward better wellness and mental health for you. So, we're talking about how to quiet that little voice in our head, the one that's highly critical and that may even flat out be ugly to us sometimes. But we're going to start in here because this particular video has two very short sections, and for this first piece I need to show you something. So we talked yesterday or in the last video about you keeping some sort of record of all the times that you find yourself saying some of those ugly things to yourself. Darn it, why did you do that? That was stupid. That sort of thing. What are you thinking? What's wrong with you? I know that we've all heard that voice in our head at some point in time, and for some of us it's like overwhelming. It's almost the only thing we hear, or it's the first and only thing we hear as soon as something goes differently than the way we want it. So yesterday, or in this last video, what you were supposed to be doing was be keeping track, learning to notice how often and when you're doing it. And I'm hoping that as you do that, you're noticing some patterns of maybe what are some of the things that tend to bring that up for you. But the noticing itself is training your brain to be on guard. So it's really important that you keep doing that at least for a couple of days until your brain kind of catches on, and it'll happen fast. In today's session or video, what I want us to think about is what is our next step. So two parts. The first thing I'm going to want you to do, and here's an example. I want you to find a picture of yourself as a young child. And a cute one, a fun one, but a picture of yourself as young. And I don't care how old, so long as you were a young child. And I want you to put this picture wherever you can see it easily, on your refrigerator, on your desk. I have one right here. See, this is me. This is this cute little girl. So the point of this is to remind ourselves that this is me. That's you. This is us. The sweet little child in this picture is the same as the sweet 60-something-year-old lady that you're talking to, and that you may be talking to when you say those things. And I want us to have a visual. I want you to have a visual, just like I have a visual, of this is who we're talking to when we say those things. Because the fact of the matter is, chances are good neither you or I would say those things to that sweet little child. I would never look at that sweet little child who looks like, I don't even know, in that picture that I was probably about 3. I would never look at a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old and say, what is wrong with you? That was stupid. Why would you do something like that? I would never. But oddly enough, I might say that to adult me if I'm not watching and paying attention. So I want you to find a picture that you can put of yourself somewhere. Again, refrigerator, in your car, at your desk, someplace, just as a constant reminder that that's who I am and that's who I'm talking to all the time. It will help. That's part one. Pretty simple. The next part, oh, it's bright out today and absolutely gorgeous, but quite bright. So the next part of what I want you to, the next thing that you will do, and you've already put yourself in a position of being more aware of when you're doing it. So your brain is on guard, your brain is noticing. So what I want you to start doing now is when the brain notices, this time, picture yourself as that child. Just a reminder for yourself that that's who I'm talking to. See, what's going to happen pretty quickly is you're going to find out that it becomes this, naturally your brain is going to say, oh, I don't want to talk like that to that child. So that's the reason for the picture. And the reason for getting used to noticing, so that now what we're doing is we're going to shift your response when you notice. So you've done something that didn't work out well. I don't know. You stubbed your toe. You ran into a door, and your automatic response is you go to that place, and your brain goes, oh yeah, it's another one. When it does that, that's when you stop. Just stop and take a second, and allow yourself to picture that picture that you've got on your refrigerator or on your desk, and simply ask yourself, no, wait, what would I say to her? What would I say to little him? And what you would say to little her or little him probably sounds a whole lot different. It probably sounds a little bit more like, you know what, it's okay, everybody goofs up. You know what, that's fixable. You know what, That's not permanent. Hey, welcome to the human race. It's a part of it for all of us. It's going to be something more like that. Pretty quickly, you won't even have to think about how to respond, and you won't even have to think much. You won't have to dig deep into it. Pretty quickly, you'll be training your brain because it will come naturally to talk nice and kind to the sweet little child. So that's kind of it for today. The point is, get your picture, get a good look at it. This is who I'm talking to. Then continue the habit of being aware of when you say the things to yourself. The thing happens. When it finally happens, another one happens that day, stop yourself, because now you've noticed and you can stop. So stop yourself and say, wait a minute, picture the picture of little you, and now respond to yourself like you would to that little child. It may even include a little bit of an apology, because you may catch yourself after you've said the thing. You may catch yourself after you said, oh, it was stupid, why? And it comes to your mind. And then you would say, no, I'm sorry. You don't deserve that. You don't need that. You did the best you could, or you made a mistake, or everybody makes mistakes, or it's going to be okay. Welcome to the human race. Make a joke and keep going. It's really just that simple. It's a case of how do we shift a habit, shift it from one that's not working very well for me to one that is going to work better. So practice that. I would love so very much if you would contact me, send me a picture of your picture, and let me know how this is going for you. Thanks, and I hope you're soon talking much nicer to yourself. Bye-bye.